and you guys on that stream. So read the chat rules before to say something, because I'm not gonna allow any kind of hateful or bad minutes word to the specific player or specific team, in case, just in case, like Silent Boomich will reverse sweep that round by the 3 kills in a row, and only after that Body will take down Ice, and Abigail will eliminate Body instead. So Fnatic, we're leading with a one single frag ahead from the start, but after all, they're attacking towards the mid area. Not gonna bring them something more interesting. That's gonna be TO. Let's take a look, Naya. Let's take a look, because everything is as uncertain still. I think Cloud9 still have a good odds to win the second map, just in their own passion, in their own playstyle. Yeah, let's take a look in details of that map, but maybe creams before we'll take that clutch. Or nah, not really. That's too much enemies above him. Even Exile being spotted behind that donut by the shadow, but it's not gonna be the easiest clutch for the creams for the entire live, and Boomich will take him down. So 3-0 by the end, and Cloud9 starting as a good win by the piece to round. In terms of the Ancient, for the last 3 months, we have about 5 records on the Cloud9 side, and by the 40% of the win rate for the Ancient. Fnatic, meantime, 15 maps and 67% of the win rate, which is more promising. Yeah, I have to say that. Cloud9 won against Heroic yesterday, but there was not that decent result, and they're still more confident by the City side, up to the 52% of the winning rounds. And Fnatic lost against 3 Max last time, that was yesterday, and they are playing more accurate by the A-Taker side, up to the 53% of the win rate based on the T side. Cloud9, will they able to win that anti-eco with no deaths? Nah, that's not gonna be happen, absolutely. That's the fact already. THP left for Afro, Blamev with a 90, but anyway, Heavy got been eliminated. Not the worst finish of the round, but it is what it is. We have to deal with that. It could happen with everyone, just in case. So, Tio, Cloud9, let's go C9. They're still showing their passion to win. They're not giving up yet, and you guys don't need to give up that early. That's too early to give up of the game, and I think, yeah, since we are playing in the lower bracket, there is no more chance to make a mistake by, Cloud9. They were in the more worse situations before, and now everything is perfect. I mean, not about the result of the game so far, but I think that will settle up everything what they want. Maris knocks out Trey by a trade, and Inters was that attractive to keep going on that battle fight. It was disgusting because he was only with the MP9 or something like that, but at least he tried to do that trade. Minus Inters plus Perfecto. Nobody knows, mate. Nobody knows. Even I, or maybe I have some facts, but it's just a secret information. Like. Body taking off Boomich after that deep up push towards the T-spawn. About the retrospective of that round, Cloud9 playing with the 2 players about the mid side from the start. Ice is also trying to change his own gun from the down away, and he will do that sweep for Afro. Ooh. Fnatic will win by the TO. Let's take a look. There's Kubani. Let's watch some CS finally. Heavy got in the right place to stomp the enemies, but Body will take care of that back lane, and also Blameout will take care of IC instead. Well, Cloud9 will miss their first bonus round, but they will have money to get a rebuy probably, and even more with that, AWP, the first appearance of the AWP. There we go. Will they try to interact with mid-side still? Because that's the more important question. In what time they will realize the mid-side control in terms of the enemy plays, like Fnatic will leave that side for the first timings, and only by the second tempo of the round they will start to do something. Bro, Knyaya, I'm not gonna allow any kind of these force into the chat. So see you in 10 minutes. Just make sure you read the chat rules, and hopefully we're gonna be together after you will take a look into that. And see you in 10 minutes, mate. Be kind to each other, just enjoy the watching of CS, and everything will be okay. You know, like, I'm not against a fair critics, but that's not kind of fair. All and Boomich with Maris and Blameout. Well, we'll try to hold on this building, but I think Blameout will take Exile though, and that's gonna be the 3v2. And Icy with Inters in such a that dangerous situation, and Afro will take them both. Wow. Impressive. Fnatic just making that reverse sweep by the rounds 2 in a row.
On paper, have those stronger individuals.
That will keep climbing on. Cloud9 this time will force to play an equal. Maybe they will try to do something above the A main out push together, or just a 5-man stack, and they will turn into the A main push. I just read the Boomich calls like I would say cartoons book, but I don't really know how to say that in another iteration. Like, I see taking down Afro, the first gun obtained, but will they claim that round? Cloud9, they're absolutely missing a B-side control, so there is no more point to get a fight besides that. I don't understand why Cloud9 didn't minus Hobbit and add Icy before Electronic and Perfecto left. Everything based on the contracts, and I think there was not that possible option for the Cloud9 to find the player in that early period. That's why we were watching with this frustrating of a Cloud9 roster for a long time, when only Exile and Boomich were listed on the Cloud9 roster, and finally they find a way how they have to fill the roster. I mean, yeah. And this roster also looks pretty decent, because the bright future for IC is confirmed. Boomich is still that great game caller in IGL. In terms of the CS2 have got, maybe here is a slight misunderstanding by the role playing, but I think Havigal will find a way how to work out with the team. And about the future of Inter's player of that roster, that's the most interesting question. But about the Perfecto, as far as I know, Ilya said like he forced that bench and everything on his own, so there was not that team decision. Like, you have to take a look into the interviews how the players, because Perfecto probably he did interview like not that long time ago. Inters have such an interesting role of that squad. I mean, maybe you would not find him a extra performance player, but he's doing that important job for the team, and that's why he's still in the roster, and he is such a nice person. And I think Cloud9 keep playing with him because he's doing his own job, his own responsibilities and tasks as he used to be. So I have no any other clues about that other than a triple man boost for the B-Sal with that interaction will works out the Exile and Neris. 3 by Cloud9 after a while we've been talking about the roster changes of a Cloud9 squad. We'll take a 4-2-2 from that moment. Cloud9 a bit shaky for that side.
Scary level here, and just have so much kind of aggression and so much confidence in these types of plays. A lot available.
Yeah, but nobody knows about the team cooking moment. Like maybe
first kill of the game. It's a nice one.
First of all, we have to be more closer conversation with the roster and management and stuff. I was talking with a couple people from the Cloud9 roster not a long time ago, and I would say everyone just they're all confident in that roster still, so they don't really need anyone else in that situation, that period. But everything based on the team results. For now, Cloud9 now looks that consistent tier 1 team for a long time. But maybe they could reach that status just in a nearby future. I promise you. They have to do that. Even with the Inters, maybe all of you really don't like and do not understand what Inters is really doing on that team. But I promise you, I assure you, Inters really need it for that team. And the first tactical timeout for the Cloud9. Team chemistry and everything is not that easy as you think, guys. You have to deal with that. But will Cloud9 deal with the game plan for that map so far? Because not the greatest start, but the CT side and 2 guns being saved on, 2 pistols on the board and CZ included. What about UTUs and the rest of the money will be above to have an extra buy on the upcoming one, so they're fine. They could be fine. And the same fight for the building. Maybe this time Metis, yeah, he wasn't that dangerous timing to play with double banging and meantime Exile and Evil the frag, and maybe Boomich will have a god that will nail Metis and will take another player, but the B Banana play with the nice C AWP, so that was the right moment to do that. Nice try for the heavy god with the 5-7. That's what we were waiting for the entire Dusty map. Heavy god is finally back to the business. Let's go, Cloud9. You turned that game on finally. You back with this monster under the heavy god nickname. Finally, they did it.
Very nice, but mistakes from Cloud9, and as you say, that jump throw nade, as you rightly pointed out, you heard
that's going on.
That's another one to add to the list of mistakenly thrown nades in the last couple of days.
But about Fnatic callouts, they will roll back everything to their own default. 3 players playing around the B Banana and 2 players deep mid. But they have no ideas about deep up push for the A entrance. Ooh, usually he could be Avigad or Bombage. Inters in that place is not that the regular stuff was happening here, I have to say to you guys. And that's why Inters just leaving that area in moment, just in a moment, to reinforce B side again from the back lane. So this is what it is. Interesting check, but nobody is actually listed on here, and the 3-man will be owned to settle to hold on that B Banana control, and the extra player from the pyramid player will be that uncertain. That's not absolutely obvious. Boomish Havigad in that duo this time. Crimson Blameoff will start to play. They're being baited, and the first frag will be a friendly fire mode. Having got Afro Boomish Inters that will stop them all. What a beautiful composition. Cloud9 really makes me proud of them. I really want to see them more and more. You guys are cooking.
And Fnatic, they're going to have to probably go for an eco here, maybe a hero rifle.
That's really nice to see. But Fnatic, they still have an option to go straight out of the A with a default up push by the A entrance. But maybe they're too scared of that
Looks like we are going to get something
in common of that huge mid play by the Cloud9 round by round.
Maybe a little.
Yo, Mr. Han Hyperax.
Stacking some loss.
I mean, I'm not gonna time out for the first time of that little joke happened with your wording, but make sure that you read the chat rules before to say some kind of bad menace words or hateful speech to a specific player or specific team on that stream, so I'm not gonna allow that. But for the first time, I will consider that word as a joke, like, you know.
I mean, this is fine. Like, this affords them a buy in the next round.
Exile turns to out of that mid area pretty well with the inters in the backup. That was a 2k buy for the Fnatic, and they reached only 2 kills in general, but it is what it is. 4v5 by the scoreboard, and Fnatic still able to get on a rebuy. But definitely bad on C9. If you're talking about me, I'm not. I'm just watching the CS with you, trying to develop my English broadcast and English language as much as I can. So hopefully you enjoy it with me and the watching of CS with me. So, bro, 2024 year and we're still reaching on the CS matchups. Are you sure about that? Oh no, Cloud9! That will take everything over that map. Their city side for that moment was on the highest level, but before these two frags happened, Fnatic were in such a dangerous play with their B split. And Exile will now wait for the teammates from the city. He's supposed to play that early first of all, but
there's definitely slips. There's
Fnatic
over aggression here quite often, it feels like.
Yeah. It slips for both teams though, to be fair.
Fnatic just read that around in the easiest way what they can do that.
Of course, Fnatic had to make it, and Cloud9 I think both had to make it to the open qualifier. Just to quickly double check that. Yes, they did.
No, that's not the random stuff for the Cloud9 because they had a heavy pressure towards the mid side, still worth it. I mean, when you're investing and when you're starting to play that arcade and the aggro by the city side team, you have a decent chance to upset the enemies because over the ancient map, in terms, just in case if you have a 3-man heavy setup towards the mid area, I think your side team have no chances to play by the first timing of that round. So you have to keep it up and make the upsets again and again for the Fnatic, but
yeah, it's kind of wacky, isn't it? I hadn't even noticed.
By the moment when Fnatic will realize that 3 or at least 2 people and 1 more additional player invested towards the building, they really need and should start to play by the external ways of the map to make a directly pushes towards the B or A side based on their own. Okay, these guys not trying to follow up the chat rules, so see on the other stream. Cloud9 is very bad. You have to realize that they're still playing by the city side, and surely according to the HLT.org, over the 6 records by Cloud9, they're more comfortable by the city side. But for today, they're not performing on the highest level. They're just showing us the default gameplay by the Cloud9, and maybe against Fnatic, it's not gonna be enough for the ancient map. But for the Dusty, there was incredible game for the watching, and maybe you have to, if you been missed that game, just make sure you will watch this game after all. Rewatch that for sure. That was beautiful. But in terms of their round 4v4, after a trade by the XL alongside mid area, Inter still missing the A side control. He's asking, what a timing to make that power play, Exile! The last bullets are gone and he doesn't reach that goal, but that's still not enough to reverse sweep the whole round scenario. Like Boomich against the world. Oh crap. 90 bullets left, 1v1. He knows exactly where his blame map, where he was, like, right. And he might see the shadow by the Xbox. Let's go, Boomich! Making another fake. Blame F, he needs to outpeak that side and he will do that pre-fire and Fnatic will rescue the win. But that was a nice try for the Cloud9. At least they were that close to reverse sweep this A attending on the Fnatic side.
From Boomich, you know, on the player on default, when I saw that, I was like, oh man, he's maybe locked in, he's maybe got this.
Yeah, Boomich expect the play from the main after he goes to the retake and switching off the gun close to the donut, and there was a time gap for the playmath to whip into the A main, but you know it is what it is again, and we are going with the last round of the first half. CZ for Boomich, AWP for IC, and we are about to miss the B-side control, and the heavy gun won't be that patient. Yeah, he needs to wait up to the mates will income to make a support from the back, but Inter's turning into the double kill after all. Exile spot by the Raider. The enemy bought it smoke, so 2v2 after all, and the minute on the timer. Cloud9 after that success with the IC WP over Blameout will be fine. Crims will leave the B side and will try to play alone for that round. Let's take a deep breath, guys. Crims will take it. Let's take a look. I think Crims will do that. Crims is an absolute legend of a Counter-Strike. Well, there is no excuses from my side, but maybe that was the one of the easiest kills of Crims' entire career. Almost could be like that, but anyway, we're gonna take a little pause between these two halves of the game. So we have an extra 2 minutes to talk with you guys on the stream, so if you have any kind of questions, just it's time to ask me about it. That music. Just preparing us for the next half. Rough second half after the switching sides. But if we're gonna talk about the first half of the ancient map, I think Cloud9 showed their best already by the city. Maybe with their overconfidence play, they're still able to take a win over the first half, but that was a bit late already, since we been watching for the start up to the 4-2, and only after that Cloud9 settled everything on and managed to climb over the tie on the scoreboard. And even the last round wasn't that accurate, so that's it. They were playing as they used to be. But they will take a little rest, but this pause, maybe they will enable a new feature. To be honest, I'm not actually remember the play of the pistol round by the A-Taker side from the Cloud9 yesterday, but I assume it's gonna be the mid-side play. Or wait, I'm starting to recognize something about the yesterday game against Heroic. It was probably the straight rushes into the B side. isn't it? I'm not sure that any one of you guys were watching the previous game of a Cloud9 versus Heroic yesterday on the middle of the day, but you know. I think I'm right about that in terms of that. Let's dance a bit. But in terms of my prediction for that series, I was talking about a 2-0 for the Cloud9, but only in case they will rescue the win over their own map pick. So, as far as you can see, they managed to lose it with a 13-11 score. But the second map is also still ongoing, guys, and we are rolling back into the game. So, let's start the party once again.
Hello, sirs.
Welcome back, guys. Fnatic versus Cloud9 after the switching of sides. Both of these teams will play on that not comfortable sides according to the stats. But let's take a look maybe for tonight. That will show the absolutely different gameplay from their own. So Cloud9 will play over the Taker side from that moment, and Fnatic will try to set up their best defense option, what they could ever made.
Absolutely, and it's going to be interesting to see.
Flashbang pick over the building. Usually here could be a dual Berettas player, and even more Fnatic have no death kits, but 2 pieces of that dual Berettas pistols. But my mate, wait, I saw the heavy gun will upset the rest of the Biancers, but not the least one. Maris will take that triple. Come on, Maris! Maris, what are you doing? This guy is absolutely beast over the B side with that sweeping and that swinging around that one, and wow, the finish of the round. What a play for the Mattis. He was doing every single frag like that. There was a skateboarding process for him. So we're not gonna have a replay of that. But Cloud9 not even managed to get out of that way. I mean, about the room, yeah. Exactly, he knows that. Cloud9 just stuck in that door room, you know. Door stuck. You know that, man.
Heavy numbers on this map. Heavy numbers on Dust 2.
Mysteries. I'm not gonna allow that wording, mate. Just see it in 10 minutes and don't use that hateful speech to the specific player or specific team. Mate, it's not that hard to read the chat rules before they say something. I know that's kind of a joke, but I think it's not gonna be allowed like that in terms of that. See you in 10 minutes. Maybe next time you will write the right version of the Cloud9.
They're running big events. Those guys are not messing around. PGL
Cloud9, that's your last chance to reverse sweep the game, the entire best of 3 series, to move us forward the third map, and blame over the Crims will wash them up like that. Decent. How yes, you don't stop this game. The last 3 rounds, Cloud9 lose like 5v3, 4v2, 5v2, because it's just a CS2, mate. You have to be adapted to that point of view. In CS2 nowadays, everything is possible, and even impossible round to lose also possible, so just enjoy the CS watching. Or unless you're not ready to deal with that, go touch some grass and take a little pause of a CS2. Tomato, also the same thing to you. See you in the 10 minutes. Make sure you read the chat rules before you say something like that. So the first bar out and the single man advantage will be acclaimed of the Fnatic. What's going on, Cloud9? That was the fastest round what I ever seen on the ancient map so far. And that important one, Cloud9, since they managed to lose that first by round for themselves, they will be in a huge problem after all. They will outgive a 10-6 score line right here, and that's gonna be a mess for them. Let's go, C9. That's time to back to the game, back to the business. Even after that, switching outside. And Playmov will stick to the open frags round by round. No issues with the mid-side control.
It seems like that pistol loss may have affected them a little bit. And you know how we mentioned how we wanted to see maybe Cloud9 with the MP9s after the pistol on the first half put some
That looks really scary.
Take control of it.
And that still has 2 rounds by the Cloud9 54 for like full throw. Mate, as I said, the same happened to the Fnatic when they were playing over the city-sided team by the first half over the Dusty map. And now, I think everything is fair enough. Cloud9 and Fnatic, by the same time, they're outgiving their own rounds, and by the same time, they're winning their rough and maybe not their easiest rounds of their career, but it happened to both sides. It's just not like a total dominance by the Fnatic, by the Cloud9 mistakes, or otherwise, any other way, so just chill and watch the game. Even if Cloud9 will lose that game, alright, they will be eliminated by this race, by this competition for the spot in Intel Extreme Masters 3 2024, but everyone is preparing for the upcoming major, Shanghai major also, so. And this round not gonna be a huge problem for the Fnatic, with the 2 deaths included, they will be fine. We're still going on. Cloud9 starting to use the second timeout. They really need to start to play from that moment. No more excuses, no more time to make a little preparation to start with. From that buy round actually. Let's go, Cloud9. Imagine losing to Fnatic, mate. Fnatic is not the worst team in the world for that time. So why do you starting to make that point of view for nothing? Oh, yeah, I got you, mate. You're talking about the creams and everything in that case, so mate, chill a bit, please. Mr. Suranga, could you explain your statement about the Boomich and his callouts and IQ? Other way, I will ban you, because that seems to me that I have to consider that as a hateful speech with no effects on the board. But at the same time, Blamev will find that easy frag by the Exile picking off over that smoke. And alongside B, we see that decent outpush towards Banana and the top mid ramp as well. Still 2 players above the mid side for the Fnatic and nobody alongside the game, unless they are for taking that side control from that deep side of a city play.
I think Axel is the revitalization of him has been really promising. Heavy God has.
I think it's still promising for the Cloud9 broadcasters are right, but Cloud9 needs to set up, start to play, and they're making that straight exec. Afro taking care of the ASAP, but he will be the smoke. And another smoke for Crimson. Afro making that hit for the Inters, but not for the full HP, since that was a wallbang. Bomb carry is not ready to plant a bomb, but yet, and the Heavy God will be that crazy to step up into that smoke to find out Creams and turn that station to the 4v4. Icy with the Nob will play against that flashbang pick over there. Tempo and repicks twice, but Metis will make that trade and still keep that innovation. By the time where players alive, Metis will take down Boomich 3v2, and this bomb is not that accurate for the play with the 2 players inside the dot, and Metis will take down Inters, and only Heavy God will need the first, and will get that plant defuse. What the hell? Why Fnatic reject that defuse over the end? Heavy God saved that situation. That was 100% of the win condition for the Fnatic, but they will miss that on as well. So, is that there fair enough? After that, what do you say, Mr. JC, that Fnatic also not throwing the rounds? Like, they should win that one, but they did not. So, that was the worst bomb plant for the donut play. Why he get off the bomb? Yeah, I exactly not understand that also. That was a mistake for the Fnatic. Maybe they do not trust the process or something like that, but Boomich will try to do that himself with a B straight up push. After that failure of the previous one, he will fight off the after of that round as well. And Fnatic will be in the same frustrating. It's gonna be the same scenario as it was for the Dusty. Cloud9 with the brilliant play of the specific round. As far as you remember, there was a B play with the great start of the heat nade and the spray through the smoke by the Boomich on the start, and they did make that upset with a 4-man stack over the B side with a single M4, 4 Inters, and the rest of the team were playing in the eco. And the same happened for that one, so just a single mistake, Fnatic starting to frustrating, and maybe we're gonna see a tie on the scoreboard just in nearby future. That's kinda that much similar.
And then Afro committed to the hold and then got off it when there was like half a second. Why not fully commit? It just confuses the whole situation.
I also agree on the point about Blame F as well. Like at that point, he could
maybe looking for a main.
He had a kid, yeah, that was maybe less than a half a second before the defuse will be done.
Beneficial for both angles.
And the second tactical timeout for the Fnatic. Maybe this time there will be on the game. And we'll start to trust the process, first of all.
Force the rotators back. Molotov caught Afro. That's all it took. And the gap is 2 once again.
Only 2 rounds difference, Cloud9. Despite of the fact that attacker side on that map is not that best for them, first of all. They're still going, they're still cleaning up. And hopefully they will reach their task, their goal. And for that moment, their responsibility is to hold on their economy.
And just sort of finding that balance, I suppose, between respecting your teammates and also the
And Fnatic expecting the B play with a slow tempo.
Gonna be stacking
2 guns been saved from the previous one, but it's not that important moment. And probably Creams with the Blamer will go up to the save again, so Cloud9 will be fine with that one. Without Zywo, the French scene is that when you got Peter Max and Afro throwing easy wins. May, I think you have such a... how I could say that? Such a disrespectful POE of the French scene so far, because I know a lot of youngsters from the French scene and Valorant personally. I know a lot of players from the CS as well, so I think maybe not for that time, yeah, not for this moment, but one day French scene will be on the top in CS2 as well. So all what we need to do, just wait a bit. Swedish youngsters are also practicing and training as much as they can, and maybe in nearby future and maybe over the upcoming year we will see a new stars from the Scandinavia region, and also French stars will be on it, on that wave of a new generation of the players actually. But in terms of the gentle mates, I wouldn't say anything about their roster. When they were forming the team, I knew few stories about the process how they were forming that team, and that's why I understand why everything goes not that good for them. But let's focus up on the game, because that's the CS first of all, and Cloud9 will be fine with their attacking towards the A side properly. I think Fnatic will be that scared to play that every take protocol with the 5v5, maybe only just in case if Boomich or someone else will be eliminated. With that, the first timing of attending into that Exile and body, and Exile will move that in the 3v4 situation. Like, yeah, he have to handle that side control in the right direction, and Exile will hand them over. That was a rough spray through the smoke. Exile with the Glock will take 2 more players by the damage. That was a crucial thing. About attackers, I mean, let's finish that topic about Gentlemates. I will say my point of view of their roster. Gentlemates in Valorant have no synergy, have nothing in common of the entire roster. That's, I think, we're gonna be agree on that point of view. So let's finish off the Valorant topic. But hopefully for the upcoming season, they will find out the reason why they are keep not going with the best results what they were expecting of that roster. So the last tactical timeout on the same score line as was for the Dusty. What's happening for the Cloud9?
Pretty much, we do have some slight investment. I think an M4 dropped across the blame by Afro.
Played Call of Duty with the Whalers back in the day before he went PC Pro. Yeah, I also know a few Call of Duty players. I was working with the Hitch, and we have a Wikipedia editor. Maybe you know the Axis. Axe with a 3X and Z on the end. He was also playing the Call of Duty in the past and we'll blame Cloud9. That mid attending like that. What a terrible play over that make. Bro, about the 10-11, that's kinda obvious. But 10 to 12, it's not. So I will ban this guy. Yeah, actually. He's looking at you at pretty far away of us. I'm just taking care of this players. And Crims will take down Boomich. The same. 10 to 10. We are turning with 11 to 10 after all. And Fnatic resolve their ideas and a map interaction finally. But I'm still excited. Maybe Cloud9 will put something else on the board after all. Mate, jeez, I have to time out you once again. Mate, I'm not gonna allow that kind of hateful speech. Just make sure you're following the chat rules. Either way, I'll have to ban you for the infinite time. It's not allowed to say some kind of bad manners or just hateful speech to specific player or teams. I'm not gonna supposed to do that like that, Boomich. I will do the same, but that be execution straight away. But Blame will watch them up with body again and again. But this attending and Cloud9 will lose that round on their own purpose. Or maybe 2v3. They still have a chance to make that ball rotation towards the A. With no ideas, with no place alongside mid area to stop the rotation.
Yeah, the thing is though, Trav, it's not over just yet, is it? It's not over just yet. It might be the...
And here is the time to plant. What kind of plant they will put on? No way, that's gonna be planned for the Donut.
15 seconds gone before Fnatic can really set themselves.
High risk play, I would say.
Inters with the wildest angle you've ever seen.
But still.
Against the orb, so
Inters making that power play, and he nails that frag for the offer, but Blame will take down Exile on only 18 HP left for Inters. It bounce the Blame over the bomb plant, but Creams actually will have enough time to make that defuse real. 12 to 8, and Cloud9 will lose another chance to make that clutch real. Only just in case if Exile could take that kill against the Blamer, but we were not watching the proper point of view for that side play of Exile, unfortunately. So we doesn't know the reason why that happened. We were stick to the Inters inside of the city. Afro will take place beside me with a super from the window. That's gonna be the blame F. This time, the B time gap is also included, but Cloud9 too scared to start to play. But the only timing of the round that will take place over there, but 113 Boomage will be that successful with attending and open fragging that side that easily. And the Heavy God will follow up him over the side, but Mary's will be unknown for the entire Cloud9 roster. And he does that double kill instead, but the Heavy God will stop him just in a while. Afro and Creams will be together to go up to the save. And don't tell me that's gonna be another 13-11. Don't tell me that. I really want to see the third map right here, right now. But first of all, it could be happen only after Cloud9 will, first of all, take the overtime series on, and after that, they have to win the overtime series. Exactly.
To see them go down in the Rio close qualifier after only 3 games, right? Maybe in the lower final.
What's happening there?
Max were looking great. Falcons has got, of course, a run of legends. But after only 1 victory, essentially, it is going to be really quite difficult.
Bro, if you're gonna do that right suggestion without single round difference, I will ban him. You know, just don't pay that much attention to the chart with that scored listening. That's really why when they're trying to make their own suggestions, or that's the real score. I couldn't. Yeah, he's hoping for the OT. That's what I'm talking about. That's really hard to define that, to consider that as a spoiler. You have to be more chill with that. And Cloud9, we've been watching the second half from their point of view with the mid-side interactions, or 3 times in a row B straight up push, just in case, but for that moment, that will go up to the A. They were using that strategy in the mid of the second half, and they were pretty successful with that idea, but this time, Chris behind the Xbox, he's missing the first player over the side, and Axel will take down Blame, and Creams with a boomage will trade by 1 to 2 players on the opposite side. What a timing for the molly usage! And Exile will save Inter's bottom tab again, and Boomage will on at this overtime series. It's really nice to see. Thank you. Fnatic and Cloud9 will go with that Counter-Strike more and more. Yes, sir. We're still on it. Something went wrong with the guys on the mainstream. I couldn't find the reason why their mic's going to that low sounds.
Money's not quite there. Oh, if I take this fight, you know, it really is going to cost us. Whereas now you've got room to breathe. So often you see.
And Cloud9 will try to reverse sweep the game with that little chaos. That happened towards the building, and maybe not the most of playing time before, and the Creams. That was insane positioning from his own side, and the off timing for Boomage also not included to pass through the B side control. Yeah, well, also interesting to watch the third map, because other way we're gonna have a more than 2 hours break, and that's the worst scenario what I could get. So I really want to spend as much time as I can with you guys.
26, which in regulation these days is a lot. But it's still pretty good.
But about the situation 2v4, only one way to make the win condition on the top. Cloud9 needs to make a clean double kill, but look, 3 guys straight through the city on the run. Enemy from the back, and Exile catch that interesting moment, first of all, and they will make that double swing. Icy wasn't that deep as it should be, but 2v1, and what kind of plant does he have? That's the king, the default one. There is no chance. Last bullets. Bullets are gone. Oh, Cream's making that decent spray through this smoke, and he nails that frag. 13 to 12. So we are still alive over the map.
Planning to get flashed into the angle. That's why I kind of ran in back turn. Wasn't expecting Icy to already.
But yeah, if we're gonna run back into the main time, Cloud9 still trying to play with their lurking stuff towards the B. They need to make more consistent and more accurate play at that moment. And surely they still have a chance to play alongside the mid area.
You get the important kills later on that secure these important rounds, it's alright.
Bro, when you started to call Fnatic as a fabric, what's the kind of point to joke like that? Maybe I'm just missing some kind of sort of context of that. Mr. Steven, could you explain that joke? It really sounds pretty funny, to be honest.
Like that, you kind of have to just try and find a cheeky kill back through that smoke, and then he could maybe play a different strategy in the 1v1. But Tracer spotted, Crims domes him, and Fnatic back in the lead, only just at 13 to 12. Cloud9 back.
Well, another try for the Cloud9. Maybe this time they will play more passive. Oh, Madison, a heavy god 4v4 trade. Last time they worked out pretty well for the Cloud9, so they might know there's nobody else how to counter strat that, and Crims will clean up that quadrangle instead, and Cloud9 will be out of their round again. Yeah, I just was pretty smile on my face after he called the Fnatic as a fabric. I've never seen that before, like.
One would say it should be a done deal.
Inters and Boomage 2v4 once again. I see no win condition this time again. Maybe for the previous round that was like a 5% of a chance, but this time, yeah, Playmail will take them down.
And look at the scoreboard right now actually on Fnatic. It is a little bit wild.
Let's go, C9. You have to show an extra, a brand new, a fresh idea to play the round on.
That is quite a wild scoreboard for Fnatic in this map.
But they're still struggling.
Yeah, it is kind of wild.
They're still not making something good in terms of the Fnatic plays.
Is it going to be enough to get them over the line, I suppose, is the question.
Afro making that open again. Yeah, Boomage was trying to go out of B banana. It seems to me is over. When Boomage not performing as that open fragger, and I'm pretty sure that was planned to let Boomage reach the goal. But either way, we are going up to the A with a slow tempo, and the rest of the Fnatic will be above the A side already. Maybe Cloud9 really needs to take a little freeze. Oh, after that he see the shadow in that range, and he will predict that position, but not. Or he will actually make that kill. And he does. And Icy also doing that trade, and Heavy got at least another frag behind the side, but he's playing 1v2 after Icy being eliminated, and clean the first half of that overtime series for Fnatic. Will move us into the 15 to the 12, maybe only one chance
Okay.
to
this
keep
is not
that
gonna be
game
easy.
on for the Cloud9 to take 3 rounds in a row, but it's gonna be that hard for them.
They have dropped off that cliff. I did say, man, the energy can
They are
turn around.
still
Unfortunately,
in
Cloud9
huge
may well
trouble.
have used all their secret strats, their pocket strats, to get to the overtime. There's just not as much left in for them. I would have loved to have seen that.
Well, let's take a look.
Something along those lines, you know.
The same idea to make that interaction with the mid area instead. And Mateys, what about you, Mr. Mateys?
Gonna take a lot of early
You
damage.
still have an option to clean out that way. 3D is intercept down.
Not working out, man. Too much noise.
Yeah, there is issues on the hard body ESL production, but I think they will figure out that just in a moment. Cloud9 trading 3-2. Oh no, that's the chance. That was the chance for Icy to stop that execution, but I am not gonna be fair. I'm not gonna say like Cloud9 will lose that game already. How Boomish have to stop the bomb carry from the spawn, or wait a second. Oh no, Boomish will do that face. That's the end, guys. That could be a 2-0 win for the Fnatic, but a 2 rough maps in a row. I'm really excited to see and say that Fnatic back to the business over that game, and they've been showing that nasty performance. That was a beautiful game to watch. Thank you for that game, Fnatic. You did your best, and they will finish that series and pull out Cloud9 of that competition for the spot into the